I forgot to mention something that I had said I'd get back to in that other video, and it is something in regards to my friend saying something in respects to the guy that she's dealing with, the douchebag. He his stuff would be sealed once he was done serving his time, and not to mention there was other things that were, like added. She was adding like that he was only going to end up serving like 18 months for all this crap, which was, he's habitual. He has a record from the Virgin Islands even, which is, so they can't take that into consideration, that they maybe the first 4 charges that he had back there didn't stick enough for him to not do it again, kind of thing. Anywho, so what it did was it that scenario saying that the records are going to be sealed. Well, the record's being sealed in New York, which got me thinking in respects to something that I ran in at HR today. Now, yeah, I'm a little frazzled. I just got back from the grocery store, and I was on my way to the grocery store, and my neighbor had called me that he needed a pallet, and if I had one, because I was working on some pallet projects or whatever. At one time, I had a bunch in my backyard, and I got rid of them. But anyway, and I said, well, I am on my way to go grocery shopping, and the store is right near where I work. I know we've got some. I can go swing by. Well, don't go out of your way. And I was like, no, I'm already out. I'm already gone. I'm on my way to the store, and the work's right up the road. I'll just go grab you one. So one of the guys was still there working. Yeah, he's probably going to be off tomorrow. I'll probably have to go in for a little bit. I don't know what he'll have me do. He may have me off. Who knows? It's only going to be like 15 degrees outside. It's going to be the coldest fucking day of the year, I think. It's kind of early this year. Usually it's in January, February time frame. So anyway, yeah, I'm kind of, so I had to do went and got the pallet, went and did the groceries, went and dropped off the pallet to him, came back, undid the groceries, and then got on here. And I tried to do a take while I was driving, and you got a steering wheel in the fucking way, and yeah, it's good times. So anyway, so I went into HR today, and I did all my update on my insurance and everything, and they said, we need you to refill out your application. What? And I was like, wait. They're like, well, we had on the application and then one of the managers was like, how long you been here? I was like, my 9-year anniversary is in February. And he's like, is there a date on that? Like, how far back they gotta, when did this, and then someone was saying, oh, that law's been in effect since 2009, and I was like, I can't remember my employers all the way back to, well, I can. It's actually pretty easy. But I said, I don't remember what I wrote on my app, because I had just got out of the Army. I mean, I'd had one civilian job since I got out, kind of thing. And they didn't even ask me who my last employer was. But on there, it had asked if I had a felony. Have I ever been charged with a felony? Kind of thing. So, and it, of course it was no, and still no. But anyway, we went around about, and we were talking, and I was like, well, it's not, I don't foresee that it is a bad thing to ask. And only because we, there's certain things within the DOT that is probably seriously frowned upon. And if you have someone who you employ, when they get hired, has something like that, it kind of, you gotta kind of go look like, is it a DUI, or is it, you know, they have affinity for children. And the manager was like, yeah, you know, he said, but yeah, if they have affinities for children, they're not gonna last long here. And I said, yeah, because the drivers are gonna run them off. Basically, we do your job for you, you know, kind of thing. I said, yeah, it's kind of intrusive. I said, but it also forces you to do background checks on every single person that you hire. So it's a little bit, you know, cost thing. Now they have to look it up. You know what I mean? So, in any case, yeah, we definitely had one. But there's certain things like, I've only known one sex offender whose situation was weird, and I had to call a paralegal type of girl that I knew, not on the best pretenses either, but she did answer, and she answered the phone, and she answered the question, you know, professionally. I was like, we got a situation, and the girl is married to someone who had a sex offender charge type of thing, but she said it was based upon like a statutory rape thing, and she said, oh yeah, those are only, you know, depending on where it was or where it occurred, they may only have to register for 10 years. It's kind of like a parole thing. I said, really? She's like, yeah. So, the situation that she's dealing, because she got discriminated against for where she wanted to live because of her husband's record, kind of thing. She goes, yeah, those are extremely thin, and it frustrates us too, even being in this arena, because we get a lot of cases where those individuals are being discriminated against because of the title of the charge. That is just, you know, it's life ruining, and, you know, we deal with a lot of discrimination battles because, you know, the parents were overly protective and, or, you know, didn't like the individual that the daughter was involved with, and should they continue that relationship, the daughter ends up pregnant, parents went after on that regard. So that's how he ended up with that. But yeah, there's varying categories of felony charges, and there's some that are severe and some that are you got one felony, you've only had one DUI in your life, yeah, you're forgiven. You know, oh yeah, you've got 8 charges of, you know, this, that, and the other thing, and you have to register, and you're gonna take out of our time because you have to go, you know, you have to take a day off every, you know, whatever, to go do that. Yeah. Not to mention, you know, we actually had one guy. He wasn't a registered. He did something that was kind of, and he ended up getting put in jail for it. And because he ended up going to jail for it, they were like, oh, okay, your employment is now terminated. You even if you get out, this is a burden on our business. So once you are all free and clear, yeah. So his situation was a little weird too. I was like, anyway, so yeah, they're no longer allowed to ask, and apparently that law went into effect in 2016 and they didn't know it, so I had to refill out my application. So they had one that didn't have it on there in that year. And so when the HR guy, now this came down after the HR guy started doing his own personal audit within the spectrums of what was going on. Now, there was a time where our company didn't even we didn't even have an HR. We had a manager who did it all. And he's no longer with us. And when he left, they had to hire people to fucking replace him. 2, 3, several. Yeah, because he did the work of like 5 people. But the company was smaller then. It's grown. And now that it's gotten so big, they kind of needed to bring people on board to help, carry the weight. But, so, that was something that this guy that they had put into the HR position recognized right away and said, oh, whoa. Yeah, we got to fix this shit. And so now they're fixing it. Yeah, it was like right after he took over, he couldn't even find our personnel files. He had no idea where she had stashed them. The other one that they had hired. So, just to save face, my manager is like, hey, do me a favor. Send this stuff over so we at least have that. So, license, DOT card, I was like, whatever you need, if you need someone to help, So, now I have to get on my email and look up some stuff. Because he's like, yeah, you can do all that, you can look at all your stuff, here's how you get in there. And I was like, just send me the links. I said, and should anybody else ask, I will do the Lord's work for you. And send them the links. He's like, that's not a bad idea. I was like, I used to do it for Dingy when she was in here. Answer the questions. So her phone wasn't blowing up, getting asked a bunch of shit. He's like, okay. So anyway, that goes along with the sealing of the records. Now, New York State's laws are, eye roll. My eyes are, I'm going to get dizzy rolling my fucking eyes at their legal system because it's so fucking criminal in itself. But, yeah, this is something, so if there's anybody out there who's, you get an employer and you've been there for, like, fucking 10 years, like me, almost, got hired in the last 5, and they say, oh, we need you to come in because we didn't realize that this was against the law. We need you to fill out a new app, So, I filled out the first one, yeah. He might have me come in and fill it out because I had a red pen. That's all I fucking had on the desk to use. I was like, I don't carry a pen with me. I use everything on my phone. Anyway, so y'all have a great night. Yeah, the laws are changing and things are getting weird. So you run into some of these scenarios. Hey, it is what it is. But yes, there are going to be job environments where you're going to have a particular type of felon, and the employees that are there, and of course we are family. Yes, we're going to take care of our own. They may not get fired, but life is not going to be good for them while they're doing their job. Shit is going to be hostile. They're going to do crazy things to just make that individual want to quit. run them off. That kind of person is not welcome. There's some felonies out there, they're forgivable. There's some situations that are forgivable. There's some people, they find Jesus and they move on and they get their lives together, and, they confess to their wrongdoings, and, they realize they fucked up and they're trying to fix their life. It's understandable. My mom, actually, and this shit's funny as fuck. Guy went to fucking prison for robbing a fucking drug dealer. Only in fucking Tennessee. Yeah. Like 7 years. Or 15 or some shit. What the hell? Anyway, but yeah. Yeah, if he had a driver's license and a CDL, yeah, we'd hire him. No one would chase him off. That shit's funny. Anyway, you have a great night. Peace.